Okay, been a while since I last uploaded. And clearly, you guys missed me and my very good opinions, clearly. So hello, I'm alive. Welcome back. Now, have you ever wondered what's the best way to get between two major cities? For example, from the RS3 capital of Birmingham to the Steel City of Sheffield? You've come to the right place, because today we'll be going through which is better, coach or a train. So sit back, crack open a Pepsi Max can, and let's get into it.
I mean, Birmingham is a fuck.
Now, as myself and Arad had some business to do in Sheffield, we had to go there and back within a day.
So we took the coach up with National Express from Birmingham to Sheffield, and on the way back we took a train from Sheffield to Birmingham with CrossCountry. Now I just want to make it clear that this video is heavily subjective and can really depend on which train or coach you're taking. But anyways, let's get straight into it. So on the journey up, we took the 1100 131 service with National Express, which had a scheduled travel time of 1 hour and 55 minutes, which would go non-stop from Birmingham all the way to Sheffield. So let's hop on board and see what the journey was like. Now one thing I should mention is that a huge factor to travel time is traffic, and this can really vary depending on when you travel and where you travel to. Or especially in Birmingham, where people just decide to park the car wherever the f they want. Thanks guys. Luckily for us on this journey, we encountered a slight bit of traffic on the A42, but other than that, we still arrived into Sheffield bang on time. Now let's have a look at the seat. Now as you can see, there's a very flimsy little table that you can use, which might be a problem if you're Ollie, because the table will just break with all the food that he'll bring on board. I'm sure the staff at King's Cross Mackeys can agree with me.
Alright! Enough! Stop it! Stop!
Anyways, as you can see, there's some blue lighting located on the top of the coach, which is completely normal for National Express. This is quite a nice touch compared to the trains, because unlike bright glaring lights that you get on most modern trains nowadays, you only get these blue lights that are located on the top, which during the day doesn't make a huge difference, but at night it definitely makes the journey a lot more comfortable since you're able to sleep a lot more easily, since it's more dim and more dark. Additionally, you have USB sockets that are located on the seat in front of you, although they are USB-A, which is a little bit annoying. And you also have air vents and lighting that you can use, which is located above you. Now another thing I noticed is that all the other seats had armrests on the coach, except for the back, which for some reason don't have any. Probably got stolen. Can't have anything in Birmingham, can we? The seats themselves, however, were made of leather, and I found that they were quite comfortable for this 2-hour journey, although I feel like for some people they might struggle a little bit on longer journeys just because the seats don't recline and you might find it a little bit uncomfortable. Now another thing that I found handy was that the seats had these netted pockets which you can put any small belongings in, which can save you some space around you. Now the flimsy table that I mentioned earlier is good for having stuff like your phone on it, which we'll now demonstrate by showing you Aaron's For You page. And yes, he did go and proceed to watch the whole video, so that's enough of that. By this point in the trip, Aaron had taken my phone off me and started recording everything, and by this point, all productivity was lost.
That's crazy on the front facing camera, actually. Fucking hell. I don't know.
Also, this photo of me was taken at some point, and I'm not quite sure what's going on, but we'll brush past that. Anyways, we arrived into Sheffield bang on time, and we'll compare that with the train later on in the video. So, we got along with our business in Sheffield.
No, I don't understand this. Grilled cheese Obama sandwich.
And later on in the evening, we then headed to Sheffield train station to catch our train back home.
So, on the way back, the two idiots got the 2202 cross-country service back to Birmingham New Street. They've got a couple of scheduled stops in between for a total journey time of around an hour and a half.
Now let's hop on board our train home, and I just quickly want to mention that the trains usually aren't this quiet, and this is quite a big factor because CrossCountry are so busy, it's so rammed, and you're paying so much money. Sorry, I got to pipe down a little bit. Ain't no way they put cheapest singles. But It's not usually this quiet, so if you are going to travel with CrossCountry, be prepared to be squished in like sardines. Now let's have a look around our seat, and the first thing you can notice straight away is that the window has a blind which, similar to the curtains on the coach, can be used to block out any light from outside. Now unlike a coach, there are some table seats that are available, but it's also worth mentioning that not all of the seats are facing forwards, which might be a problem for some people because they might find the journey a little bit more uncomfortable. And that's some people being Aaron, by the way, he cannot sit backwards for the life of it. Now similarly to the coach, there are armrests that are available at the seats which do make it a little bit more comfortable, and also I'd argue that there is a little bit more legroom on the train compared to the coach, which, you know, me being a very tall man, I can obviously tell the difference. And finally, there are 3-pin sockets available if you do need to charge your laptops or mobile phones on the train.
And here we can see the wild fatty demanding another cookie from the other fatty on this quiet Voyager back to the shithole that is Birmingham. And here comes fatty number 3.
Now you do also get a coat hanger with your seat, and even though the seats may not be leather compared to the coach, they're still fairly comfy to sit on. Overall, the atmosphere on a train, if it's not too busy, feels a lot more open compared to the coach, but the bright lights do become a little bit annoying when it is dark outside. Now as we continued our journey back to Birmingham, we decided we'd try and make a TikTok, well sort of, and watch a few more TikToks on the way as well. Okay, now that's enough of that. Now, similar to last time, we're going to be comparing the two with 5 key things: comfort, features, pricing, punctuality, and speed. So let's talk about comfort, and for this one I'm going to have to give it to the trains, just because the trains feel a lot more open compared to the coach, so you feel less restricted and a little bit more comfortable throughout your journey. Now what about the features? Now once again I'm going to have to hand this one over to the train, just because there's 3-pin sockets, which means there's a bigger range of devices that you can charge, but there's also table seats that are available which can be more useful depending on what you need to do, stuff such as work or even just watching an episode on a laptop. Now let's talk about pricing. So to compare this fairly, I was having a look at tickets that were available from a week in advance from when this was being edited, and for National Express the tickets went as low as £11.30 to leave midday, whereas CrossCountry on the other hand was around £25.20 to leave around the same period of time. So for this one, this is going to be handed over to the coach. Now what about punctuality? Now unfortunately I couldn't find a reliable source of information for National Express's punctuality, and even though the coach can be delayed or cancelled due to traffic or any other varying factors, we can all unanimously agree that CrossCountry isn't the best of train operating companies, and they do have a lot of cancellations and a lot of late running trains. So I think we can all just agree to give it to the coach this one time, hopefully. Don't grill me in the comments please. And finally, the speed. Now, it was quite close between the train and the coach, but the train did have a journey time of around an hour and a half, whereas the coach had a journey time of just shy of under 2 hours. So this time, the train wins out. Now in conclusion, for this journey, it turned out the train was better than the coach, but remember, it can be very, very dependent on where you're going to and where you're coming from. But, hope that helped. See you guys around. Peace.